Welcome to our channel Valuable Coins All World. In this video, I gave you information about United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please see this full video. Thanks. Top 1. The United States of America has a rich history, and one of the most iconic symbols of that history is its coins. Among these, the Washington quarter is a widely recognized piece of U.S. currency. First minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington quarter quickly became an integral part of American coinage. Today, we'll focus on a specific year, 1972, and explore the incredible value these coins can hold. In 1972, the U.S. Mint struck a massive number of Washington quarters, most of which are still in circulation today. However, while many of these quarters are worth only their face value of 25 cents, there's something special about certain examples that can make them worth a lot more. You might think that all 1972 quarters are the same, but in the world of coin collecting, even small variations in minting can lead to staggering differences in value. For example, certain rare errors and unique features on these coins have led collectors to pay top dollar for specific 1972 Washington quarters. In fact, one particular 1972 quarter, due to a rare minting error, has sold for as much as $88,000. That's right, $88,000, an extraordinary sum for a coin that, at first glance, seems just like any other quarter from that year. What makes this particular coin so valuable? Let's dive into the details. The most sought-after 1972 Washington quarter is one that was minted with a double die error. This means that during the minting process, the coin's design was struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the letters and numbers. Double die errors are relatively rare in the world of coins, and they are often very valuable to collectors who specialize in finding and preserving these types of mistakes. If you happen to come across a 1972 quarter with this error, you could be holding on to something incredibly rare. Many people simply don't realize how much these coins can be worth, which is why it's important to check your change or look through your coin collection to see if you have a potential hidden treasure. Besides the double die error, other factors also contribute to the value of a coin, such as its condition, the clarity of the design, and its rarity. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, tend to be worth more than those that have been heavily circulated. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1972 Washington quarter in excellent condition, even without any minting errors, it could still fetch a significant price. But what about other quarters from 1972? While the majority of these coins are not particularly valuable, there are still collectors who seek out specific ones for their collections. In fact, the Washington quarter, regardless of the year, is a beloved coin among collectors, as it features the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, and it has a special place in the history of American currency. As we've seen, the value of a coin can be influenced by a variety of factors, including its rarity, condition, and any special minting errors that might make it stand out. It's always a good idea to keep an eye out for these rare coins, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone interested in the history and value of currency. And while not every 1972 Washington quarter is going to make you rich, there is one that could be worth an incredible amount of money. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon it, you could find yourself holding a coin worth a whopping $88,000. So, the next time you check your pocket change, remember that you might be holding on to something special. The 1972 Washington quarter, with its potential for rare errors and exceptional value, could be more than just a piece of currency. It could be a valuable collector's item that could be worth $88,000. Always be on the lookout, and who knows? You might just get lucky. Top 2. The United States has a long and fascinating history when it comes to its coinage, and one of the most iconic coins in that history is the Washington quarter. Over the years, this coin has undergone various changes, and certain years have become highly sought after by collectors. One of those years is 1979. While most people think of quarters as just pocket change, the 1979 Washington quarter is an example of how rare coins can hold exceptional value, far beyond their face value. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, and it quickly became one of the most popular coins in American history. As the years went by, the design remained relatively the same, but certain years, including 1979, stand out to collectors for specific reasons. Now, you might be wondering, What makes the 1979 Washington quarter so special? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and some unique features that make certain 1979 quarters highly desirable to collectors. The year 1979 saw the minting of millions of quarters, but a small number of these coins were struck with errors that have made them incredibly valuable. One of the most well-known variations of the 1979 quarter is a coin that was struck with a double die error. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned during the process, creating a double image on the coin. The result is that certain details on the coin, such as the date or the lettering, appear doubled, giving the coin a unique and noticeable appearance. These types of errors are rare, and they can dramatically increase the value of a coin to collectors. But it's not just the double die errors that make the 1979 Washington quarter valuable. Another factor that contributes to its worth is the condition of the coin. Coins that are in excellent condition, with sharp, clear details and minimal wear, are always in high demand. Coins from 1979 that have been kept in pristine condition are rare, and they can fetch much higher prices than those that have been heavily circulated over the years. Another reason the 1979 Washington quarter is sought after is the overall rarity of certain mintage errors. While many people simply view quarters as a dime-a-dozen type of coin collectors know that even minor imperfections or changes in the design can make a big difference in value. As with many coins from the late 1970s, the 1979 Washington quarter is a piece of history, and its potential to be a valuable collectible makes it all the more intriguing. Of course, not all 1979 Washington quarters are worth a fortune. Most of them are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, if you're lucky enough to find one with a rare error, or one that's in particularly great condition, it could be worth much more than you'd expect. The world of coin collecting can be incredibly fascinating, and it's always worth keeping an eye on your change. You never know when you might come across a coin that could be worth far more than its face value. The 1979 Washington quarter, with its potential for minting errors and its place in American history, is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into an extraordinary piece of numismatic history. So, what is the value of the rare 1979 Washington quarter? Well, one of these unique coins, in excellent condition with a rare error, has been sold for as much as $74,000. That's right, $74,000. If you happen to stumble upon one of these rarities in your pocket change or coin collection, you could find yourself holding a coin that is worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 3. The United States of America has long been known for its iconic coinage, and among the many coins that have captured the interest of collectors over the years, the Washington quarter holds a special place. First minted in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday, this coin has remained a staple of American currency for decades. While most people think of quarters as everyday pocket change, some of them, especially those from certain years, have become highly valuable in the world of coin collecting. One such year is 1983, a year that might seem ordinary at first glance, but one that actually holds the potential for some pretty extraordinary discoveries. At the time, 1983 was just another year in the ongoing production of Washington quarters. However, like many coins from the era, some 1983 quarters were struck with rare characteristics that make them valuable to collectors. So, why are 1983 Washington quarters in such high demand? And what makes them so special in the world of numismatics? To start, it's important to understand that while the U.S. Mint produced a huge number of 1,983 quarters, not all of them are worth more than their face value of 25 cents. However, a small percentage of these coins were struck with some unique features, errors, or even misprints that make them incredibly valuable today. For example, one of the most sought-after variations of the 1983 Washington quarter is the coin that was minted with a special error, known as the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing the design to appear slightly doubled. The double die error is quite rare and can make a huge difference in the value of a coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for these errors because they're so unique and desirable, which is why a 1983 quarter with this error can command a premium price. But that's not all. Another important factor that can increase the value of a 1983 Washington quarter is its condition. Coin collectors always place high value on coins that are in pristine condition, and the 1983 quarter is no exception. Coins that have been well preserved, with sharp, clean designs and no visible wear, are worth far more than those that have been circulated extensively. For a 1983 Washington quarter to fetch a significant price, it has to be in near mint or mint condition, which makes finding one of these rare coins a true treasure hunt. Now, you might be wondering just how much a 1983 Washington quarter can be worth if it has one of these rare errors, or if it's in excellent condition. Well, some of these exceptional coins have been sold for astronomical amounts, far beyond the simple 25 cents that most of us associate with quarters. In fact, one of these 1983 Washington quarters, featuring a rare error and in outstanding condition, was recently valued at an eye-popping $65,000. That's right, $65,000. For a single quarter that was originally worth just a quarter of a dollar so. What does this mean for you as a coin collector, or even someone who's just getting started? It's important to be aware that even common coins, like the 1983 Washington quarter, can become valuable over time, especially if they have unique features or minting errors. Coin collecting is all about discovering those hidden gems, those rare, valuable coins that might seem ordinary at first but end up being worth far more than their face value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1983 Washington quarter in your pocket change or among your coin collection, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it has any of these rare features. Even though not every 1983 quarter is going to be worth thousands of dollars, the possibility is certainly there, and the rewards for collectors who are patient and diligent can be immense. In the world of coin collecting, the 1983 Washington quarter serves as a perfect example of how something that might seem like an everyday item can actually be a valuable piece of history. Whether it's due to a rare minting error, an exceptionally good condition, or just sheer luck, a coin that was once worth a simple quarter could end up being worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, the next time you come across a 1983 Washington quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know. You might just have a coin worth $65,000 sitting right in your hand. Keep an eye out, stay curious, and remember, in the world of coin collecting, even the most ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. Top 4. When it comes to American coinage, few coins hold as much significance as the Washington quarter. First minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the Washington quarter quickly became one of the most recognizable and widely circulated coins in the United States. Over the years, the Washington quarter has seen many changes and variations, and one of the most intriguing years for collectors is 1987. While this may seem like just another year of regular minting, certain Washington quarters from 1987 hold surprising value, and some of them are worth far more than you might expect at first glance. A 1987 Washington quarter may seem like any other. After all, it was produced in large quantities. Over 500 million of them were minted that year. So why would a coin from that year be worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of factors: unique characteristics, rare errors, and, of course, the condition of the coin. While most of the 1987 quarters are still in circulation today, there are certain ones that stand out to collectors for their rarity and value. One of the key factors in determining the value of a 1987 Washington quarter is the possibility of a minting error. Like many coins from the 1980s, some 1987 quarters were struck with subtle mistakes during the minting process. These errors can range from small misprints to more noticeable ones, like double dies, off-center strikes, or other manufacturing flaws. These types of errors are highly sought after in the world of numismatics because they make the coin unique. While they are not overly common, when they do show up, they can greatly increase the value of a coin. In addition to minting errors, the overall condition of a 1987 Washington quarter plays a significant role in its value. Coins that are in excellent condition, without significant wear, scratches, or discoloration, are always worth more than those that have been circulated heavily. If you have a 1987 quarter that looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted, chances are it will be worth more than a coin that's been through years of daily transactions. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved because they are more desirable for their collections. In fact, finding a 1987 quarter that is in near mint or mint condition can significantly increase its price, especially if it has some rare characteristics. The most valuable coins from 1987 are those that combine rarity with pristine condition, and they can sell for much more than their face value of 25 cents. While the 1987 Washington quarter is not as well known for rare errors as some other years, there are still examples of these mistakes that have led to some truly impressive sales prices. Coins with particularly noticeable errors, or those in exceptional condition, have captured the attention of coin collectors around the world. For example, certain 1987 quarters have been sold for prices much higher than you might imagine, with some reaching impressive values on the open market.so. What is the value of a 1987 Washington quarter that's particularly rare or in outstanding condition? One such coin has been valued at a staggering $55,000. Yes, you heard that right, $55,000 for a single 1987 Washington quarter. This is a prime example of how, in the world of coin collecting, even seemingly common coins from recent years can hold enormous value if they have unique features or are in excellent condition. Finding a coin worth that much might seem like a stroke of luck, but it's a reminder of how important it is to pay attention to the small details in your collection. The 1987 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how a coin that seems like just another piece of change can become a treasure, especially if you know what to look for. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting to dip your toes into the world of numismatics, it's always worth keeping an eye on coins from years like 1987. Even if they don't seem rare at first, there's always the chance you could come across a hidden gem, a coin with a rare minting error or a unique characteristic that sets it apart from the rest. So, the next time you come across a 1987 Washington quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know. You might be holding onto a coin worth $55,000. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, every coin tells a story, and you could be the one to uncover its true value. Always stay curious, and who knows? Your next discovery might just be worth more than you could ever imagine. Top 5. When you think of American coins, the Washington quarter is one of the first that comes to mind. It's a coin that's been circulating in the United States for decades, ever since it was first minted in 1932 to honor George Washington on his 200th birthday. Over the years, the design has remained relatively consistent, but certain years of the Washington quarter are especially valuable for collectors. One such year is 1995, which may seem like a typical year for the quarter, but it holds a surprise for those who take the time to look deeper. The 1995 Washington quarter might look like any other at first glance. After all, it's a common coin that was widely circulated in the United States. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of these quarters, and most of them are still found in pockets and piggy banks across the country. But what sets certain 1995 quarters apart from the rest is that they have unique characteristics that make them worth far more than just 25 cents. One of the key factors that can make a 1995 Washington quarter valuable is the possibility of minting errors. While it's not common, some quarters from that year were struck with unusual mistakes, such as double dies, which occur when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing the image to appear doubled. These types of errors are rare and highly sought after by coin collectors. A single 1995 quarter with a noticeable doubling error can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For collectors, finding a coin with this kind of mistake is like finding a hidden treasure. But minting errors aren't the only thing that can make a 1995 Washington quarter valuable. The condition of the coin is just as important. Like most collectibles, the value of a coin is significantly affected by how well it has been preserved over the years. Coins that are in near-mint condition, with little to no wear or discoloration, are always worth more than coins that have been heavily circulated. So, if you have a 1995 Washington quarter that looks almost as good as new, it could potentially be worth much more than its face value. Now, you might be asking yourself, how much could a 1995 Washington quarter actually be worth? While most 1995 quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, there are some that have been sold for far higher prices. In fact, some of the rarest and best preserved examples of the 1995 quarter have fetched prices in the tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine finding a coin that was minted to be worth just a quarter, only to discover it's worth far more than you ever thought possible. For example, one specific 1995 Washington quarter, due to its rarity, minting error, and excellent condition, was recently valued at an astonishing $45,000. Yes, you read that right, $45,000 for a single coin. This isn't an everyday occurrence, but it's a reminder that even a seemingly ordinary coin from a not-so-distant year can hold incredible value if you know what to look for. The reason why some of these 1995 quarters can reach such high prices is due to the combination of their rarity, their unique features, and the fact that they were in circulation during a time when many people didn't realize the value of certain coins. These factors create a perfect storm for collectors who are constantly on the lookout for rare finds. If you're a coin collector or simply someone who enjoys learning about the world of numismatics, the 1995 Washington quarter is an example of how valuable coins can sometimes come from more recent years. It's a reminder that you don't have to look back to the 1800s or early 1900s to find coins that are worth a small fortune. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and error, a coin from just a few decades ago can become a highly prized possession. The next time you come across a 1995 Washington quarter, don't just dismiss it as another piece of pocket change. Take a closer look. It could very well be worth far more than you expected. And who knows? You might just discover that you're holding onto a coin worth a staggering $45,000.